What's up, everyone? This is Soul with another video, and today we are we are starting our first episode of Leak season. I should have been more dramatic with that. This is kind of a live thing that I do over stream. I'm here with my chat stuff. I don't have it visible. Sorry about that. And what we're gonna do and what leak season is all about is that we take some of the leaks that we find on the likes of 4chan, MMO Champion, wherever obscure place of the internet that these things come from, read through them, and probably talk smack about them. Because that's the kind of approach that I usually take with these sorts of things. I find this to be a very non-serious thing. I will more than often roast whatever it is that I'm reading, nitpick, talk smack, and sound as obnoxious as the leaks that I am reading. So if you don't mind, like the video, subscribe for more of this coverage. I'm pretty sure that this first episode of leak season is going to be the first that it's going to be the first that we see, but we probably won't see another one for a while because we're still like 4 months out, guys. And we're already starting to see stuff. I'm not counting on seeing like a big bulk of leaks to look at for like maybe at least a couple of weeks or a month or so as we get closer to BlizzCon and a likely or probable announcement of what is coming up next in the World of Warcraft. But for now, let's see what kind of mess people have thought of. There are 4 leaks that we're going to go through. I have not read them at all. We're going to look at them live and just react and see what's going on. So first off, we have this one, World of Warcraft 2, A New Beginning. It would be a very nice thing to do if we could start from zero after this or the next expansion. Let's face it, the story of the game has become such a joke that it's simply not more believable. How to do it? Oh, I'm sorry. This is not even a leak. Haha. See, that just goes to show. I told you I don't read these. So this is not a leak. This is a wish list. Wow, this person, made an account just to not even say anything of substance. Welcome to MMO Champion. Well, that's a great start, Soul. Way to pick them. All right. 11.0 World of Warcraft Lights of Avaloren. I keep hearing that, and I know people are talking about that, but I myself have not run into that term yet in game because haven't done too much exploring. So this is by Dr. Pudding. Hi, buddy. All right, 11.0, 10.2 focuses on the. Okay, let me look at this. This was posted 7/13. It was edited 7/13. Okay, 10.2 will focus on the Emerald Dream and the new World Tree. Sounds pretty plausible given how this post I believe was made. Actually, when was the 10:17 announcement made? 5 days ago. So this was made right before the 10:17 announcement. Not bad. But yeah, let me try something different. I'll go through the whole thing and then I'll nitpick. All right. 10.2 focuses on the Emerald Dream and the New World Tree. Campaign quests focusing on Marithra preparing to defend the tree, Ysera and Alexstrasza reunion, and the Dragon Riders of Lareth Aran, some of which are coming back from the Shadowlands to guard the tree. The raid takes place inside and around the World Tree. The final boss is Farok. That is planned for November of 2023. 10.3 is planned for spring 2024. New allied race. Now let's get to the good stuff. New allied races planned for 10.3.5. Tuskar and Draconids, who are neutral, and Cohens for the Alliance, and Gilblins for the Horde, planned for 10.3.7. Players will be able to play the following classes for Dracthyr as of 10.3.7: Shaman, Mage, Druid, Warrior, Hunter, and Rogue. I'm gonna have smack to talk about this one. Actually, let me stop here because this is talking about the lead up to what's happening in for the remainder of Dragonflight. So this stuff is the boring stuff. This stuff is like, okay, this is fairly easy to predict. I think that getting really specific with the Dragon Riders, this is like the attempt to be like, okay, if I get this line right, cred. I'm gonna get so much clout for this one. I'm not quite familiar with these Dragon Riders of Lorathoron, but I definitely see 10.2. I mean, we've seen this already from cinematics where Alex Ross says we need to work on defending the tree. So that's a very obvious lead up of what's going on. Now for 10.2 to focus on the Emerald Dream, I think it's definitely going to be on the tree, but I don't know if I'm less convinced about doing Emerald Dream stuff. It feels more like the Emerald Dream is coming to us in the form of like these dream surges that we're going to see in 10.1.7. Maybe we'll see that expanded upon, but yeah, we might go into the dream itself. Personally, I think I've always been disappointed going into the Emerald Dream because we've always gone into it in like little spurts. It's like, okay, here's a little tiny pocket of the dream. Here's part of it in like a raid and other such things. And it so far hasn't been like super impressive. So if this is a thing, cool, could be a thing. 10.3 being planned for spring 2024. I think just looking at the roadmap, that's something that we'd be able to easily identify. And yeah, like I said, this is like, not too exciting. I think most everyone's going to be kind of running along this schedule. Now for the weird stuff though, new allied races. So this already like kills it. This is what kills it for me. Calling it allied races. No, allied races, at least the way that from my perception, allied races is a BFA thing. It is a faction war sort of thing. Hence the whole idea of allied races. Yeah. So for me, that kind of like that screws with everything. But yeah, seeing Tuskar and I could see Tuskar being a thing. I'm not as convinced about Draconids being a thing. People might be dragoned out, but of course, it's red meat. People are going to be like, yes, I must have it. I got to have my buff dragon. So I think people will be like, yeah, I think this is the one, guys. The Ancoans and the Gilbins. Now, this is kind of weird here because we're seeing Ancoans and Gilbins, but he doesn't, but whoever this is, I'm assuming that everyone who makes these are male. Sorry. He says this, but he doesn't mention anything about the Naga during 10.3. Nothing about the plot and nothing that leads up to what is happening in 11.0. The Druid one feels like a non-starter. No way. Can't see this happening. You're going to tell me that Dracthyr are going to become Druids before any number of the previous races? No way. If anything, it should have been, it woulda, coulda, should have been mentioned that other races that have actually been around longer on Azeroth, in the greater part of Azeroth, that they would be able to become Druids before the Dracthyr would. So, nice try. But let's have fun. Let's get into the 11.0 stuff. The new continent for 11.0 is Avaloren. It is located on, of course, the other side of Azeroth. The world map is now a spinning globe with a nice 3D effect. Oh, that would be awful. That would be awful. You're going to tell me that I'm going to open this thing up and then I go here and then I would drag it? No way. I'm totally cool with like the kind of menu style, the menu style that looks like a map. I'm totally cool with that. Don't make me have to spin and drag this thing around. That's a ridiculous idea. After the Night Squall and his crew landed on Avaloren, which is, I think, the one reference that we've seen, they got decimated by void creatures and Naga forces, but still managed to escape. They have returned to assemble to the biggest fleet Azeroth has ever seen, promising treasures and glory. The Horde and Alliance adventurers join as privateers to investigate the threat. That's plausible. It's plausible, but we're listening to like this, this new character, these new character peoples, and we're like, yeah, let's go. I heard there's loot. Cool. The first zone is called Shores of Destiny because, of course, we need a shore of everything. It has a tropical paradise vibe, and it's filled with pirates, murlocs, makuras, naga, and other sea creatures. The Harbinger is confirmed as the Harbinger. The Harbinger. Who's the Harbinger? I have no idea what the Harbinger is supposed to be. See, Leaker, you need to like kind of refer back to past stuff so that way your ignorant ass audience can be like, oh yeah, the Harbinger, gotcha. I don't know who the fuck this is. The Harbinger is confirmed as Xal'atath. She's allied with Queen Ashara, Iridikron, and Rafam. So Queen Ashara with Iridikron too, and I don't know who Rafam is either. Yeah. Their goal is to corrupt the Titan Azeroth and have the Void take over to draw the Titans in and destroy them. Oh, that's a multi-layered. So their goal is to infect Azeroth, make it into a Void Titan, so that way the Titans come back and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then come in and destroy the Titans. I don't quite get it because it's only a one-line thing, so of course I'm not going to get it. Let's just move on. First raid is a huge Scarlet Crusade colony, which has been corrupted by of course, the Scarlet Crusade are like the first ones that like venture over, like, oh, well, let's go first, guys. We'll make our own nation of races. Well, oh no, Void. That's bad. Chad is telling me that Rafam is a Hearthstone character and may be responsible for resummoning Galakron and stealing whatever. Okay. Let's see. No new class or race for 11.0. Naga allied race is being discussed for later in the expansion. So no new class or race for 11.0, but they're going to cram stuff into 10.3, which I don't buy into again, because if they're going to do things like that for like 10 for a 0.5 and a 0.7 patch that is at the end of the expansion, I'm not very convinced, that those kinds of things ought to be slid over to just put them in the new expansion, and so that way people can sign up for 11.0 and then you can play these races during the pre-patch, get them leveled up, and now you can send your new Gilbin Dracthyr Druid or whatever off to new adventures and other such things. So yeah, I think that would be a better idea. This is not that cool. New race customizations available. New class combos. So we're going to get human and blood elf shaman. Okay, I can go with that. Volpera, Pandaren, and dwarf druids, and then night elf and troll paladins. I'm still not convinced about the druids yet. Now I do buy into introducing druids in stages for sure, and this could be a cool stage. I think what they're kind of sort of trying to go for here is a kind of a neutral balance of like who gets druids and who does not, like not quite yet. I would buy into undead paladins before troll paladins. That sounds insane, I know, but I kind of buy into that a little bit more. I don't see dark spirit trolls being like, yeah man, let's be paladins, whereas at least with the undead or the forsaken, some of them might have been paladins and some of them are still consider themselves paladins. So that'd be kind of that's just a take on mine though. There's going to be a soft revamp starting with the capital cities of Orgrimmar and Stormwind, with more planned in the future. The idea is to make the world feel more connected and alive. That's some great buzzwords. Really meaningless words. Meaningful words, I should say. A soft revamp starting with the capitals. During Cataclysm, Cataclysm is when we had a very big revamp of capitals: Stormwind, Orgrimmar. I think around that time, Undercity as well, or at least Undercity was cleaned up so that way the top side was a bit more like flyable and livable and everything with respect to being able to fly in the in Eastern Kingdoms in Kalimdor. I don't quite see that happening unless going to Avaloren, there's no hub. If there's no hub there, okay, cool, I can buy into that. The idea of there being capital cities, revamps and stuff. If not, I think all the intention is going to be going towards like a neutral kind of hub, because at least as far as this expansion is stating, there doesn't seem to be a very strong. Sorry about the sirens. There doesn't seem to be a very strong like faction divide. There's not going to be a clash between them. I don't quite see a lot of faction stuff here. That's all I got. What are some quick comments? Delayed, fix that. Really, allied races aren't a thing. Yeah. See, not a thing anymore. It's a BFA feature. We just get new races. It's fake. If they're going to update capital cities, it would make sense to start with the only two that are still actively used. And I people would love to be like, hey, dude, what about Silverman? What about the Azeroth? You got to do something about it. But what the WoW team would do? They'd be like, hey, guys, we did this big revamp and blah, 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 but we're not giving you any reason to go there. And so people would be like, wow, this is great. They'll take a tour around the area, do some RP, take some screenshots, and then never return. That is unfortunately what they would do. All right, let's move on to the next one. 11.0 leak, the real one. All right, here we go, guys. This is the real one. Yeah, let's do it. All right. Oh, this is short. Okay. Level cap raised from 70 to 75. Several old world zones revamped, 6 new areas to explore, 8 dungeons at launch, 1 raid available at launch. Wow. Shocking. New factions to earn renown with, new UI features, new unique mount and armor set for pre-order, another new unique mount for committing to a 12-month subscription. I received these bullet points from a credible source. I would say, okay, so what's actually debatable? I would say the level cap, 70 to 75. So 70 to 75 would mean I'm not quite sure what the order is. 70 to 75 would mean 2 talent points in one tree and 3 talent points in another. And that doesn't sound very satisfying. There's a lot that we don't know what's going to happen in the next expansion. One thing is, what's going to happen with talent trees? Are they going to get deeper? Is it going to be like another like row kind of thing to access? That could be a thing. Are they going to add a whole bunch of choice nodes? It's like, oh, you could choose this. In this one node, you could choose this, or you could choose this. Are they going to make more of those, or are they going to expand on them further? Like for nodes that currently have 2 choices, are they going to have 3 choices? That's something that they could do. But only raising the level cap by 5 is kind of sort of tantamount to only adding like 5 more talent points, and I don't think that would work out so well. Even if they only made the trees like a little bit wider, or only added like a couple more choice, 2 points here and 3 points there, that ain't shit, I don't think. Several old world zones revamped. All these things are just like, this is boring. This is garbage. And that's what we expect from the first episode of Leak Season. All right, please make up for this, man. Void of Azeroth in Eastern Kingdoms revamp. Please be like, okay, it's a little longer. Don't let me down, debaser one. Following was message to a friend who works at Blizzard. Can't verify for obvious reasons. It will be announced at an upcoming BlizzCon, rumored to be a twin expansion with the expansion after being a Kalimdor revamp. Before I get into this, like, folks got to understand that when it comes to like league season and leagues, they tend to have like this really exhaustive list of stuff, all these bullet points, and things like that. When it comes to most game dev, and probably including Blizzard too, ain't no one going to know this much information. The only people that know this much information are like maybe suits, producers who are really high up there, and the game directors, the game director and his assistants, and that's it. So it's like you would know who these people are, and of course Blizzard would know who these people are almost immediately because they keep their information pretty close to the chest. You know, people know who knows what. Anyway, let's have fun. Codename Void of Azeroth. Okay, I'm gonna go through the whole thing and then I'll talk shit. I'm already talking shit. According to the leak, the expansion is reportedly titled World of Warcraft Void of Azeroth. This expansion promises to take players on an epic journey through the iconic continent of the Eastern Kingdoms, featuring new zones, dungeons, raids, and a captivating storyline that will reshape Azeroth's history. Oh god, it's not time travel, is it? Fuck! Explore rediscovered realms. Prepare to visit classic Eastern Kingdoms zones, now meticulously revamped with stunning graphics and updated lore. So wait, so not Kalimdor? Iconic locations such as Stranglethorn Vale, Silvermoon City, and the Plaguelands will be given a fresh breath of life, providing both nostalgic moments for longtime players and awe-inspiring experiences for new. Did an AI write this? This is it. It's so embellished. Nostalgic moments and awe-inspiring experiences for newcomers. Okay. New zones and threats, but it's not just about revisiting old haunts. Void of Azeroth will introduce brand new zones, each with its own unique ambience and challenges. Traverse the enchanted forests of Gilneas, face the malevolent forces within the long-lost kingdom of Alterac, and unravel the secrets of an unexplored continent hidden behind a thick veil of mist. Wait, I thought we're going to. So we're going to the Eastern Kingdoms. We're seeing new zones and an unexplored continent hidden behind a thick veil of mist, hidden for 10,000 years. Blah 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 blah. Okay, racial factions return. One of the most exciting aspects of this leak. Okay, it's not you that's exciting, buddy. It's supposed to be the announcement or whatever. It's the return of racial factions. Players will be able to align themselves with their chosen race, forming powerful alliances with other members of the same race across all factions. Unlock racial-specific quests, bonuses, and exclusive cosmetic rewards as you fight alongside your kin to secure the future of the... So race quests is what I'm seeing, right? Yeah. Forming powerful alliances with other members of the same race, across all factions. So that's kind of asserting that that I get, Dracthyr stuff, Pandoran stuff. Yeah, it's just race quests. This is exciting. Wow. New dungeons and raids. The expansion will introduce a multitude of dungeons and raids, each with its own unique mechanics and epic encounters. Venture deep into the shadowy realms beneath Ironforge, uncover the hidden secrets of the Scarlet Enclave, and confront long-forgotten horrors in an expansive raid that will test the bravery and skill of the most seasoned adventurers. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. We're almost through this. Storyline. The leak hints at an enthralling, confirmed thralls in it, that will explore the origins of ancient Eastern Kingdom civilizations and reveal long-held secrets of Azeroth's history. Expect to encounter legendary figures, engage in fierce political struggles, and confront ancient evils that threaten to plunge the realm into chaos. This is the first episode for you. It's like he gave up he just let the AI just like finish things off. So, codename Void of Azeroth. Codenames are not the name of the expansion. Codenames are, Butt Nugget or you know, like the names of trees or just words, whatever. What was one of the words for Diablo 4? Fenrir or something like that. You know, just that's it. It's not Void of Azeroth, you idiot. Your friend is trolling you. Your friend is funny. That would be funny, right? If a friend of his that did work at, I mean, they would get in a lot of trouble too if they were if a Blizzard employee was even giving fake leaks, like obviously fake leaks. They would still get in trouble, but it'd be hella funny, right? If this friend was like, "Yeah, dude, let me give you the skinny," and they just spout off nonsense, and then his friend's like, "Oh my god," they're just lapping it up. I'm so excited. I know this information that no one else knows. Ah, and then here we go, presenting it for the world to see. This is exciting, and that happens to be the first episode of League Season, which, boy, I hope that this is not a harbinger of things to come. I'm a little bit disappointed, I've got to say. I think there were some cool breadcrumbs to pick up on from 10.1.7 and from other stuff in Dragonflight that would make for some more convincing kinds of leaks, plot points, systems. We got nothing of systems. No player housing. What gives? I'm waiting for that. Give me like the pirate boat that we can customize, and then now it's player housing, so I can get mad at it or something. You know, it doesn't have to be things that I like, just things that sound like, okay, this sounds plausible. I think the winner, I suppose, would be like just like these top couple lines here. We know what's going to happen in 10.1.7. We have it gives a pretty good lead up of what's going to happen in 10.2 because you know the 0.7 patches are meant to lead to the 0.1 or 0.2 patches or whatever. So those things are very, very plausible. But we start to get into murky territory as soon as we start talking about, you know, 10.3 and of course beyond that, because we're at a point where the expansion can go in, or, you know, the next expansion can go in one of any which way directions. It could be on the so-called other side of Azeroth, or, you know, another continent just bloop, pops up. Hey, look at us. We've also been hidden for 10, 20,000 years or something like that. It could take us back to old haunts, old zones, revisiting stuff because there are conflicts that are happening in these already existing places. Now we're going to see some cool updates, and so I'm looking forward to more. But I am disappointed at this first go. Do better, guys. I know you guys got a lot of potential, and maybe I'll do like a fake leak at some point during the season. And we'll see if anyone figures out, oh, that's definitely Soul. Yeah, probably. So that's it for now. Of course, like this video, subscribe for more episodes of League Season as they come in. And I'll see you guys for the next thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy.